let's just get right into it because, boys and girls, we in a recession. They're lying. They keep saying we're not in a recession, but we are in a recession. Pliny, what topics do you have for John, I, and you to discuss together?
Let's begin. I'm so sad, but okay. Let's begin with the rate hike. The impossible has been made possible twice in a row. It says what seemed unfathomable just 6 months ago, a 75 basis point rate hike by the Fed has now happened twice in a row. So why is this important and what does it mean?
They hiked interest rates because inflation was high, which is what you would do. The problem is they also were hiking interest rates into a recession, which we'll get to in a second. And so naturally, they started with, we're going to do 25 basis points, then we're going to do 50, now doing 75. It's like if you show up to a fight and during that fight, if all of a sudden some dude's talking shit to you, this is like the street explanation of what the Fed's doing right now. You show up to a street fight and the guy in front of you, you're like, you know what? I'm going to slap him. You slap him, nothing happens. The next, you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to punch him. And then you punch him. And then you're like, damn, he's still standing. Then you grab a baseball bat and you hit him with a baseball bat. And then eventually you're like, yo, this dude is not going to get knocked down by any means that I have. That's what the Fed's doing. But rather than the opponent being an individual, it's inflation. They came out with the 25 basis points, then 50. Now they're at 75. Inflation has been accelerating. It does not matter in the short term. They have not been effective in getting inflation down. It's actually gotten worse, even though they're raising interest rates. John, what do you think when you see them continuing to be aggressive with 75 basis point hikes?
It's exactly what they said they were going to do, right? They've
True.
been putting this out in the market. I was more interested in the fact that Jerome Powell had not much to say about an indication of what they'll do in the future months, right? So this is the pivotal point in my mind where you've already raised interest rates enough, what they think is enough as of right now. If they should have done 100, they should have done 100, whatever. But you've raised it enough. So what do you do from now? Do you raise it at the next meeting? Do you call an emergency meeting in a month and try to raise it again if inflation's still high? If inflation comes down, do you start reversing course? What happens from here, I think, is more important than what happened yesterday, simply because we all knew the rate hikes were coming. We were talking about yesterday being priced into the market in some cases, so it's not surprising.
The next meeting is not next month, but the month after September, and we'll see what they do. But as of right now, it ain't looking so hot. What's going on with GDP stuff?
GDP has not grown. The economy is expected to have barely grown last quarter, and it may have contracted. I think Goldman Sachs expects a 1% increase, and that's weird.
I mean, at the highest level, if you're a market forecaster, if you're an economist, if you're even some of the talking heads, if you're a politician, central banker, they all were predicting positive GDP growth.
Right.
So it's one thing if you say, hey, look, this is a really complex system. You know what? I think it's going to be 0.4% growth, and it comes in at 0.3 or 0.6 or even 0.2 or 0.5. But instead, you say it's going to be positive, and it comes in negative.
Well,
it's only a 50-50. Like if I said to you, hey, is it positive or negative? You said positive, it was negative. You're wrong.
Goldman sees positive. Moody's says it's going to be 1% negative.
No, it is negative.
Oh,
it was. It came out this morning at 8:30. Yeah. No, this article was saying what they were saying. That's what I'm saying. Goldman Sachs, all these people are saying it's going to be positive. It's going to be positive. They're wrong. Wrong. It was negative. So 0.9% negative annualized GDP growth. 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth means we're in a recession. Although, John's laughing, they're going to gaslight you. They are this is the definition of gaslighting. Here's how this plays out, folks. We had negative GDP growth in Q1. They saw the GDP numbers earlier this week. Why is it 2 or 3 days before the GDP numbers come out that would meet the technical definition of a recession? You start to see blog posts go up, talking points shared. Oh, recession isn't really in 2 consecutive quarters. What? If somebody had the courage in the journalistic circles to sit there and say, define a recession. Somebody asked Jerome Powell that question. Somebody asked Janet Yellen. Somebody asked President Biden. Somebody asked the White House speaker person. Somebody asked them, okay, cool. It's not 2 consecutive quarters. What is a recession? What is the definition of a recession? You know what they're going to say? Oh, there's this organization, they decide. They're making it up. They now are saying there is no definition to a recession. They're claiming is, I think that it's a recession. That's not how it works. What is the definition now? if you claim that it is not 2 consecutive negative growth GDP quarters, what is it? Why is no one asking that question?
Have they not defined it?
They say there's no definition now. That's what they're saying. They're saying there is no definition. We just have this random organization that, again, anyone here, name me one person that works at the National Bureau of Economic Research. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller?
I feel like I'm in a class right now.
Nobody knows who works there. And so now all of a sudden, they get to just randomly claim what a recession is? Come on. Come on. What do you think?
I think it doesn't even matter. I don't care if you tell me the recession is 2 negative quarters, 3 negative quarters, 4 negative quarters. Things are bad. That is what matters. Look, them changing the definition of recession, they're gaslighting people. Yeah, duh. It's the White House. Of course they're going to do that when things are bad and sentiment is down and less than 25% of people actually trust the government. Yeah, duh. They're going to gaslight people. But it doesn't even matter. Look at the inflation numbers. Look at the housing numbers. Look at the non-farm payroll numbers. Like, look at the actual numbers that matter. And GDP matters, but guess what? It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, whether you call it a recession, whether you say we're in bad times, the Great Depression, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. The numbers matter.
Somebody said John's rent skyrocketing. He knows. he knows that this shit is bad.
Yeah. Right? I don't care if you say
go
we're
to
in
the
a recession
grocery
or not.
store. Go to the grocery store. Try to renew your lease.
so
Try to go and get a new mortgage. Just go live your life and try to tell me. I talk to the guy at the coffee shop every single week. I ask him, how is business? Down. Week over week, they're losing business. How are prices? Up. You're telling me that things are going so well, we're not in a recession. You can point all you want to unemployment numbers. You can point to consumer spending. Consumer spending is softening. Unemployment is starting to creep up. It was 3.4, 3.5, now it's 3.6, starting to creep up slowly. Also on top of that, we got 40-year high inflation. And worse, the worst thing is actually the thing you can't measure, which is the psychology of consumers. Consumers know all the data they're looking at is backwards looking. That's what was happening. How many of you are spending less money now? How many of you are preparing for bad times?
My question is, who is the White House trying to convince that there is not a recession? Because I don't think that the average consumer is necessarily paying attention to that and believing it when they do go to the grocery store, pay their rent, and see prices skyrocket.
We live in a world where they don't have to be right. They just have to create doubt. All they have to do is create the conversation. If they just simply say, oh, that's not a recession, it's like the Putin price hike. How is it that Vladimir Putin's the one who raised all the prices, but now our politicians are taking victory laps because the prices are going down? If you had so much control over the price, why didn't you keep the price from going up? Again, it just goes back to, I understand the incentives. Like if you're a politician, that's what you have to do. You can't actually do anything. The politicians don't control monetary policy. They can't go and force price controls on people without any sort of backlash. They don't have anything to do with the gasoline prices. All these stuff. So what do? They just talk. They just have to try to control the narrative, because if you control the narrative, that's better than doing nothing. That's it.
Well.
What's up with the Choco Taco?
So I can't say those two words together. I can say them separately. It's a weird thing. I don't know why. Okay, let me say it really slowly. The Choco Taco.
I got to bring this up just because you know me.
What?
What is CHOCO? I'm OCD. And the reason is because it's like chocolate taco.
Choco.
Tell us what's happening, and then I'm going to tell you about a taco that is going to blow your mind.
Ooh, okay. So this product is being discontinued by Klondike. Is that how you say it? Over the past 2 years, we have experienced an unprecedented spike in demand across our portfolio and have had to make very tough decisions to ensure availability of our portfolio nationwide. In other words, they said nothing. This is a word salad. They are just discontinuing Choco Taco after 40 years. Ooh, I said it. You see? Okay. But yeah, so then our friend Alexis Ohanian, who's a venture capitalist, he said, I'd like to buy the rights to your Choco Taco and keep it from melting away from future generations' childhoods, said Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. Do we think he has a shot? What are you doing?
I'm pulling this up if I can find out how to do
He
it.
is on TikTok right now, guys.
I somehow got here off Google. I don't know how to use TikTok, so I'm a little confused. But just hold on one second. Go ahead, John. What do you think? And then I will.
I've never eaten a Choco Taco.
What?
I will say, if there was enough demand for it, they wouldn't have canceled the product. So everyone who's complaining should have bought more Choco Tacos. Like, that's the thing. People discontinue products that they're not making money on or not making enough money on, right? And not enough people are buying Choco Tacos. The thing's been around for decades, and clearly there's demand has gone down for the Choco Taco. You say you eat it, congratulations. Well, you better eat it while you can because it's going away. Do I think someone should buy, like Alexis Ohanian, buy the Choco Taco IP or the recipe or whatever you want to say? Yeah, he should. Because if you like it, you can still make it. And you can still make money on it. It's not going to die overnight. But yeah, this doesn't matter to me at all.
He loves Choco Tacos.
I mean, they're just all time. Like, if you were to rank all
where do you
ice
eat
creams,
them? Where do you eat them?
gas stations. Yeah, I mean, like Choco Taco is not something like you like order and you have it at your house. Like, go get a Choco Taco. It's a definite. I'm gonna be a fat ass today and make an impulse purchase as I walk through the gas station. That's that. Their whole business was built on America is fat and is susceptible to impulse purchases. that was the Choco Taco and school lunches.
If they were making
Like,
money, they wouldn't cancel it.
No, but
well,
I
I'm
think
saying if
they
they
were
were
saying-
making enough money, they would never cancel the product.
I don't know, because here's why. There's a video now that cultural appropriation has been occurring. I'm not saying that this has anything to do with the Choco Taco, but it is related to tacos.
You guys know corporate greed just as much as I do. All right.
Matt, can we play this video real quick?
Oh God.
John, you're going to just absolutely die. This woman is a genius. This is content genius. No. Go down to the other, this one. Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. Hold on.
I call these my
God,
sausage
so many.
tacos that I have been obsessed with lately. I made it up all by myself and they're so good. Okay, so first you're gonna take these really cute fluffy tortillas and you're just gonna open them up. They kind of do it for you. And then I'm gonna take this American kind of crema thing. I'm not really sure, but this is what I use. Coat it. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the sausage, plop that in. And then I like to top mine with this American salsa de tomate and then also this. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I think it's mustard. I got it all at Trader Jose because it's super accessible to
Trader Jose.
There is my sausage taco. Make sure y'all blow this up so it gets super popular and then it can start showing up in our stores and that way we can start paying like $25 for one of these.
Genius. That woman is a
hear
genius. Because what she basically did is like all these stupid Americans are trying to take authentic food from other cultures and they talk about it and they sound stupid. So smart. Just put a mirror up to the world. People start to pay attention. John doesn't look very impressed.
No,
You're not impressed? You didn't think that was funny?
I couldn't hear it.
I couldn't hear
That's my own mistake.
I
here.
couldn't hear
Damn,
anything.
I could
call-
see though the hot dog and mayo thing freaks me out.
No,
they do that in Europe.
No, she said that they're sausage tacos. And then she said, oh, look, they have these tortillas. They just open up for you. And then she called the hot dog a sausage. And then she said Trader
It is a
Joe's was
sausage.
Trader Jose's.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what's the next thing?
Mega Millions jackpot has cracked the $1 billion mark after no grand prize tickets were sold for the Tuesday night drawing. It's now at 1.02 billion. Or a cash option.
It's over
of
$1 billion?
602
It's over $1 billion?
Hold on. Of 602.5 million. Wait, does that mean that if
Fourth
you
largest.
Yeah, we got to go. John and I are going to go buy tickets today.
if you get it, you have to pay half in taxes, so you only end up with 602 million. Only.
I'll make everyone a deal right now.
What?
I'm going to go today. John's going to hold me accountable. I'm going to buy 10 tickets.
Wait, can you get me one?
Hold on, I'm going to buy 10 tickets. Here's the deal. I'm going to buy 10 tickets. And if we win, I will take every single dollar that we get and I'll donate that shit. And I'll let this audience here pick where we donate it.
Oh, I like it.
I'll buy 10 tickets. If we win, hand up, what do they call hand on my heart?
What if you hit
Donate
the
it all.
$1 billion jackpot?
I don't care. I'll donate it all.
So you have a
If I
one.
donated $1 billion,
Well,
I'm like, damn, y'all gonna take 45% of it from the
technically,
people?
602, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Well, wouldn't it be amazing for the last Lunch Money show to hit that jackpot?
It's the fourth largest jackpot in history. The lottery is one of the biggest scams, I'll call it, in America. They push the
However-
lottery on people that cannot afford to lose money playing the lottery.
Hold on. I disagree.
People said we should give it to the chat.
I disagree that it's the biggest scam because I went on scholarship to the University of Georgia because of the lottery.
What lottery?
So the Georgia lottery.
They-
No, I'm talking about like the lottery
No,
mega millions.
No, it does. Well, yeah.
In some states it does, but this is part of the
Pays for
scam.
tuition.
NC education lottery. 11%
is-
goes to education.
Is they take a portion of it and they do some good with it. It's kind of like sometimes there's some companies, not all companies, but some companies are like, yo, we sell a product. By the way, if you buy it, they like do something, and like sure, like it does have some positive impact, but it's more marketing than it is like the impact. It's kind of like that. For
It does more.
lottery.
I think it does more harm than good.
Better than calling it a scam, I think, is it's a tax on dumb people.
Well,
Scam is a hard word because it makes it seem like it's not real or
Yeah,
whatever. There's
yeah.
some fraud. But
I mean, look, it's very
they're
obvious.
telling you, you got a
you
1 in
have personal
303
choice.
million
Yeah,
chance of winning.
you have personal choice.
The way
you
I
walk in, you buy the ticket. Like it's very
the
clear
way
that
I see it,
odds are
those
off.
people supported my education. So
That's
I'm
true.
Fair.
That's true.
All right. Dinosaur footprints dating back 100 million years have been discovered in southwestern China after a woman who was dining at a restaurant in the courtyard happened to spot, look at these massive footprints. And she's like, hold on, aren't those dinosaur footprints from 100 million years ago? And they were. I mean, it's an insane photo. It's clear that those are.
How do they
Look,
know?
Look at this. So, okay, so how do they know? Apparently.
Oh, come on.
Right?
You're telling me no one ever saw these
No
before?
one ever saw that. So.
There's a table right there. No one was ever like, yo, what's those big ass holes in the ground?
Well, apparently not.
What?
Yes. The dirt was only removed about a year ago when the restaurant
Okay.
opened.
Okay.
And the
Dirt
owner
being removed is a big
the
piece.
natural look of the uneven stone, so he left it untouched instead of leveling it with cement. And I think they've like ran these fossils through something and they confirmed it is. Hold on. Yeah, they used the 3D scanner to confirm the discovery. It's a Sora.
All right. I thought that this had been there for a couple years. If it's only been there for 1 year,
still.
still in 12 months, someone was like, yo, look at that big ass footprint.
Isn't that crazy? That's really cool. 100 million years old.
What do you think, John?
I don't even know. Dinosaurs, finding stuff now that's been around for a while.
100 million years.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. What I'll say is I don't believe it until someone proves it. I don't know what these craters in the ground they got going on.
You want to know my favorite thing is how they know it's 100 million, not 99
Yeah.
million. Well, it's not 101 million years.
They have a 3D scanner.
It's not 100 million and 1 year. How do they know?
They don't.
Sorry. You know my favorite
I wanna
dinosaur?
believe in
It's
the
not really a dinosaur.
Me?
The gold-plated what was that mammoth at
That's not a
Faina.
dinosaur.
I know it's not a real dinosaur, but like whatever, that's fine. That or what was it? The Koch brother, he donated a dinosaur to the Museum of Natural Science, I think, in New York.
History.
Natural history? Is that what it was? Something like that. Yeah.
But wait,
That's how you know you're rich. If you own a dinosaur,
do you
you're
have
rich.
any last words for the people?
No, I'm just going to turn it over to you. What would you like to say to everyone?
Be kind to your friends.
Can you hear? Can you hear right now or no?
Can I hear?
You don't
No.
have any ears in?
No.
They're playing funeral music.
Oh, that's so sad.
In the eyes.
Of an angel. That's not a funeral.
Is that not a funeral music?
Thank you guys for watching.
You're the best.
I'll see you here tomorrow. Appreciate your
I'll see you here tomorrow.
appreciate your. I mean, I will.
See you on the internet.
So I appreciate
On
your
Twitter.
support of the show. Thank you very much. Look forward to talking with you guys on the internet soon.
Perfect, John. And they're playing the music in the background too. You got a soft voice. That was great. All right.